Adele Weaver.
My name is Austin McKenney.
My name is Sarah Champoux.
My name is Leslie Ruggles.
My name is Evy Tews, and I'm a sexual assault advocate with Crisis Intervention Services.
I help build teams, which include law enforcement, hospital staff, county attorney's office, and I also work with the advocates. They respond as a team for sexual assaults that occur.
I work primarily in schools, middle and high schools, and I work with the students and teachers who are interested in learning more about preventing sexual violence.
My role in responding to sexual assault is to provide support for the victim throughout the process that they go through, whether that be at the hospital or with law enforcement.
My role as an advocate is to provide comfort and information to the victim about the process, our services, and their rights.
I wanted to do a job that allowed me to help others, and crisis intervention also allows me to make a positive impact in my community.
I wanted to work in a place that encourages positive social change, and at Crisis Intervention Services, they provide me with that. My position is important to me because everyone has a voice, and I want to make sure that everyone is heard.
I want the victim's voices heard. Their trauma doesn't stop when the assault is over, and it's not just up to one section of the team. It takes all of them to work together to make sure that each of the victims' voices are heard loud and clear. And it's important because I remember when my attacker tried to take my voice away, and I refused to let that happen. To be able to visit the different counties and to start and maintain SART teams, being able to share with the law enforcement, the hospital, the county attorneys, the importance of a SART team and having them get on board with it, and to see the passion and the desire in them to help in all aspects is absolutely amazing.
The most rewarding aspect of my position is when I leave the hospital with a victim and that victim tells me that I helped them through that experience.
For me, it's when clients thank me and say that they're grateful for the services that I provided them, because that really makes me feel like I've made a difference in their life, and that's the reason why I'm doing this work.
I think the biggest challenge to my position is it's difficult sometimes to get people to buy into prevention education and sort of all the tenets of it.
Sadly, when visiting counties, only to be told that they weren't interested in receiving the assistance, that's heartbreaking. Sometimes people have the mindset that sexual assault won't happen in their town, and as soon as they speak that, the assault has already taken place.
The most difficult aspect of my position is trying to help that client through trauma and not being able to make it better for them. Their job is their healing process, and that is something that takes some time for them.
It's really hard to see people in pain, especially because sexual assault is a really personal crime, and a lot of the times victims are blaming themselves for what happened, and that just hurts me because it's really the perpetrators that should be held accountable.
The most difficult part of my job is dealing with secondary trauma. Every sexual assault is traumatic, but some of them just stick with you a little more and a little longer than others.
We as a team know that believing in the victim makes it a little easier on them, and that they will know that someone is there that cares and is willing to listen, because sometimes they don't want you to do, they just want you to hear.
I think it's important because it's helpful for the victim to have someone to talk to and to ask any questions that they're having at the time. I can also be that person that's there to talk with them throughout the entire process and maybe weigh the pros and cons of pressing charges.
Advocates are important to SART because they can be the voice of the victim and help navigate communication to other SART members.
SART teams are valuable so that every part of, whether it's law enforcement or the hospital, can have a coordinated response so that the victims receive the best services available.
I think SART teams are a great resource for both victims of sexual assault and responders in that situation. For victims, I think it's a great visual representation of how many people are there for them, so victims can see that it's not only advocates, but also police officers, teachers, just other social service individuals are there for them and there to help them through this. So that's a really great thing. And then they're wonderful for responders because it offers a space for them to trade ideas about how to respond to sexual assaults. It helps them understand each other's processes and just make the whole process overall moves much more smoothly for the victims. And it's also, these responders can feel that they're supported in their work and they're supported in this cause.